opportunity ahead of us. With us, our speaker is none other than Mr. Ayush Sambher, as alumnus of Delhi University, Sri Venkateswara College, where he earned an impressive CGPA of 9.2 in mathematics honors. Ayush recently completed his post-graduation studies with an MSc in Statistics honors from the prestigious Imperial College London. In this session, Ayush will share valuable insights on how our academics, internships, personal growth, etc. During his college years, what he has done, he will be sharing with us. He will also talk us through the journey that led him to study at Imperial College, something many of us inspire about and dream about. So, welcome, Ayush, and you can start with the session ahead.
Thank you so much, Vanshika, and thank you for this invitation. I'll just keep it very, not very professional. It's just like a simple talk here. Um, as Vanshika has mentioned, I've done my bachelor's in mathematics from Sri Venkateswara College, University of Delhi, and I like start from the beginning where in 11th, 12th, I was in commerce. So I studied topics related to economics or accountancy, business studies. And initially, I went to there's another college in University of Delhi, which is Shahid Sukhdev College of Business Studies. I was pursuing a bachelor's in management studies there, but then I thought that that is something that I don't want to do. So it was something which was very, something that which is not very exciting. It's just mundane um, theories. I'll just like point one thing. Nobody has turned on their videos. It feels weird because I can just see myself, but that's fine. It's all right. Um, so, oh, thank you, Arav. Thank you, Samthya. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Thank you, Siddharth. So during that phase, I decided this is something that I want to do. And yes, I'll encourage. It's just like a simple talk. It's you don't have to be shy. It's perfectly okay. But anyways, no compulsion. Uh, so coming back to the story, so I decided that I want to follow my passion, something that excites me, um, uh, something as in like, okay, maybe I'm not very clear of how my trajectory of my career will go, but let's just experiment. So I thought and then I decided to do mathematics, which was my passion. My like that was something which I had have been like reading quite a lot, random theories, concepts, tricks. So that led me to do an undergraduate degree in mathematics. Slowly, I found okay, there's something called machine learning. So, like one of the first encounters for me in machine learning was I saw there's a model which was trained on Shakespeare's poems, and then it was able to just generate poems which were similar to how Shakespeare would have written. So I was really fascinated, like, how is this happening? Why is this happening? And then I saw, oh, it's mathematics involved behind. So these were the initial instances which I thought, like, okay, mathematics is firstly, okay, very exciting, interesting for me. And secondly, it has this lucrative thing that it can be used anywhere, either be it machine learning, artificial intelligence, whatever, or psychology, or obviously physics, chemistry, whatever, anything. It's like language of the universe. It can be used anywhere. So did lot of machine learning courses, independent projects, just out of curiosity, like Coursera projects or different even paid projects, sorry, paid courses, just to gain that skill set and see, okay, uh, what can be done with this. And then I got this opportunity from Sri Venkateswara that they have this Sri Vipra program. So under Shri Vipra, I was able to do a research internship under one of the professors in electronics department, and that later on got published in a book as a chapter as well. So these were like, milestones for me, that okay, I have this mathematics degree, I have these lot of projects, I have this paper, I have really nice grades. I'll of course go through how to do that as well. So that later decided on, let me do a master's. I want to be more technically proficient with what I have studied, apart from mathematics. And then I went to Imperial. I did a 1 year program there, just recently finished. Of course, we'll go through how to get into such universities. But yeah, that has been what I have done over 5 years. I started in 2020 during COVID and just recently finished. So I think, how should we go about it? Should I ask if someone want to ask me regarding which thing I want, like which thing I should talk about, or I just like bring up anything? What how should we do that? If anyone, okay, Kanishk has raised his hand.
Uh, Good afternoon. Actually, it's a bit late right now. I joined late. Sorry about that. But and it's very nice to meet you, Aish. Uh, I am Kanish. As you can see my name.
Yeah.
Uh, I am currently in Faculty of Technology in University of Delhi.
Okay.
Actually, we are the first batch for the BTech branch in here.
Right. Okay.
So I am also doing my minor in AI and ML.
Hmm.
As you said that you have trained your own independent projects. So what was your first go-to project? Actually, we wanted to know about that.
Okay. Okay, that's a nice question. Like, it might seem a bit daunting, like where should I start with? Should I, like,
Yes.
in the industry, it seems agentic AI is going on, it's booming, everyone wants to do that, or like work with LLMs. I personally say, think of this is that we should obviously start with the basics, the preliminaries that are there. So my initial project, if you want to say, was just the projects that were there in the courses that I did. So there's this famous course on machine learning by Andrew Young on Coursera. Andrew Young is the founder of Coursera as well. So that's a very well, and I think now it has been updated as well. It's like a specialization with 3 courses. So if anyone is interested in machine learning, that is something that's a go-to project, like course to start with, and it has assignments and courses. I remember in one of the courses there, I mentioned there are 3 courses, right? So in one of the courses they have a neural network image classification project. So they run through the whole project, but of course the data is a bit simpler. That's the thing which separates projects and, like, if you want to say, real world projects, because the data that you have been provided with, that is very simple. You have, let's say, very clean data, you have very clean labeled data with you.
Sorted sometimes.
Yes. So but still, given that you are starting with the with this thing, it's much better to begin with like easy footsteps, like, okay, data is simple. We are more majorly thinking on seeing how a project develops over time to get a hang of it. Okay, like, uh, what sort of pre-processing techniques should be taken? Why this particular model? Why not something other? Why not some other loss function? So these are the things which you have to think about, and then later on you can work on, as I mentioned. I can even give you another example of a project which I was recently working on. Um, it was like, I have my input data as audio recordings. So it's, I think, 500 to 700 audio recordings, and we have to create a model which will score its grammar. So
Okay.
now we have to think about, okay, I'll first shift my audio recordings from like speech to text, and then whatever text I get, is it correct? Is there accents involved? Is there sarcasm involved? Is there punctuation? And then we have to, because in, let's say, very basic projects of house price prediction, you already have the features given with you,
Yes, sir.
like size of plot or number of rooms. In this case, we don't have any features. It's just transcripts. So we have to feature engineer. We have to think about what sort of features I can work with. We can brainstorm that. I want to see whether the subject predicate is correctly positioned or not. I have to think about whether whether it's not written. Let's say didn't knew third form of verb is mentioned. That's wrong. So we have to think about the tense used. If there's past tense but they're using present tense, so we have to brainstorm ideas. So these are a bit more like a higher. Is there a lot of repetition in the audio recordings? So these are a bit, more technical projects that you have to think about on your own features. But I will say first, like, get a gist of it. Just begin with courses. You just, because machine learning is like you conceptualize some things mathematically, or as I'm mentioning, like the sort of features, and then you code it to check whether it's correct or not. So firstly, think about that mathematical aspect first, why these courses, and then you can, when you get, a bit more comfortable working with more complicated data sets, then it becomes, you get the hang of it basically. So I think I've answered your question.
Thank you for your answer. Actually, in Ninja Junction, I think some people of Ninja Junction have already briefed you about us. Uh, so, I am currently the project head here.
Okay.
So we are trying to create more and more projects to our students and society members, so
Okay.
that people can get more.
Yeah, true. That's. I feel hands-on learning is the most important thing, because you can't just, be working on theories or like theorems or um, like courses and everything. More learning is when you yourself, like, put your mind to it, put your thought to it, that okay, what if I do it this way? What if I do it that way? So it's a very good opportunity for people who join Ninja Junction, and get these opportunities of working with different types of complicated data sets, which is very necessary.
Thank you, sir. So if anybody other has any questions, they can ask.
Yeah. Or I can talk about, like, whatever, sorry, Vanshika mentioned, like, how did I handle my grades or Imperial, anything, feel free.
Actually, I wanted to know about it. Actually, maintaining a CGPA currently in my batch, it's very difficult for me and other peers of mine. But how did you manage such a huge CGPA? Actually, I will say huge because mine is about 7.5 right now.
It's fine. It's okay. I can understand. It's perfectly okay, because in first year, students do get, it's a bit daunting. Like, you're entering in a new environment. You don't know how to, um, go through this phase of shifting from a school to a college. But what I'll say is, uh, I, coincidentally, this was something that I was discussing with one of my friends. I don't know if you guys do it, but I will refrain from using YouTube lectures to study. I feel I have never done that. I have never used YouTube to study any topic or something. I feel YouTube is useful when you have to, let's say, get an introduction to the topic. If you're like, people or juniors, when they get their marks or something in their answer sheet, and they said, no, this is what I saw on YouTube. But that is something can be flawed. We don't know if it is correct. And it's much better if you just stick to books or um, whatever readings or suggested reading list is provided by the professors. Because at the end, the professor is the person who's gonna, check the answer sheets. So that's one thing that I will say. just use YouTube if you want to find something interesting and you want to um, uh, get an introduction to any particular topic, or the use case that like I used YouTube for, let's say if I want to understand some question and there's been some solution provided. So that's where I used to keep it limited. Rest I always and always just stick to books, whatever readings have been provided to us, whatever booklets, whatever questions that are there. And I feel honestly, mathematics is a subject wherein you get marks in extremes. Either it's bit too low or it's bit too high. Because whenever you're attempting a question, that's what I feel. It's not like a theoretical subject that okay, it's like a 12 marker question. I have written some things. Won't get full marks because it's difficult to cover everything and be articulate about it. But it's also not very difficult to get like half marks, like if it is 12, maybe 5 or 6, 7, because you can write something around the topic. But these courses, mathematical courses, either you are correct or you're wrong. Fair enough, there might be some step marking that okay, you use the, because let's say you use the wrong theorem, then everything is wrong. Or you made some small calculation, everything is wrong, you will just lose out marks. So if you have any theoretical courses, I'll say personally, I didn't have any theoretical courses during my undergrad, so that was something beneficial. But the thing that as I mentioned, YouTube or books, and I used to even see, of course, previous year exams. That's very important. Delhi University, especially, is very well known to just pick some questions. Like, let's say there are 20 questions, minimum 5 or 6 will be from previous years, maybe even more, at least. So that is also very beneficial. And I also feel that like the thing which led me to have such a nice GPA was I used to like this stuff used to excite me. Like I know that I'm enjoying it. I'm reading it with a fresh mind always. It wasn't something that like what is this, I don't want to do it. It's not something that I want to see myself doing later on. So that is also a very key thing in such a thing, that you have to be encouraged, you have to feel positive about whatever you are studying. Of course there are some topics which might not be very interesting, but overall these are some things like okay, this mental ideology that yes, that is something which is exciting. I love reading it, I enjoy you know even discussing these kind of things with my friends. So I guess that's pretty much it. It's not any rocket science or something. uh just keep at it. That's it. Be consistent. Listen to your professors. Yes, it's difficult because some professors, it no offense, but there are some professors who are insane researchers. They are good at presenting their ideas of any research paper or whatever they're doing, but usually they are not very great teachers. But there are some professors who are very good in teaching. They know how to capture the interest, uh, and explain ideas very very in like a layman term, but they're not usually, might not be very nice researchers. So um yeah, I these are honestly, these are the things which I um considered following. And here I am.
Thank you, sir. And about your journey to Imperial College, actually, it's a very prestigious college, as you already know about that.
Yes.
And I always dreamed of going to London or some US state to study. So Imperial College was first choice for me,
Okay.
and then Cambridge and others because Imperial College is part of them, I think.
Okay. I mean, I'll say Imperial is not a part of Cambridge, if you're saying that.
I
Um,
think
no,
about.
sorry.
Okay. I thought about that it was a part of.
So no, these are two different
Okay.
universities. University of Cambridge is in Cambridge. Imperial College London is in London. And about Imperial, honestly, UK universities in general, they want to, see whether you will be able to handle the academic pressure because these are 1 year programs. So for in my case, I started in September last year in 2024. I finished in October first week 2025. But in that particular phase, I studied very core statistical techniques, which I haven't studied much in my mathematics degree because it's more of a pure mathematics program. And first things that, and secondly, we were expected to do a cutting edge research project in 4 months. So it's very hectic. You don't have time for anything. So just to check whether you are able to handle it, they are very keen on, let's say, grades because because they want to see whether you will be successful there or not, whether you will be able to handle the pressure. Because when I started in end of September last year, I remember the very first week they gave us readings to study for the next week. So the classes were not something, wherein they are teaching us something new. They are just taking questions for what you have studied. And I won't say that is true for every program like outside. I feel it's just because it's a master's degree, so they will expect you to be independent because researchers need to be independent. Imperial is a research based institute. Because uh, there were lots of sessions wherein they were promoting to apply for PhD, give us a lot of applications of various other universities, even Imperial. So they are very keen on training you to do how to do research. So they would give us like assignments which are not at all related to whatever we have studied. We have to go through various research papers, just read through a lot of things. And but thankfully there's ChatGPT now, so you can summarize your research papers. You basically talk to it. It's like a companion that this is what I'm thinking. Let's brainstorm. Uh, so that was very helpful for sure. But apart from that, it's very hectic. But and sorry, apart from this academic pressure, of course, they want to see what has led you to choose Imperial or choose the program that you're doing. Because given it's a 1 year program, and they want to see what sort of, and the research has to be done by us. It's like a sole independent project. And of course, you have your supervisor with you, but that's just there to help you out maybe if you are stuck somewhere, if you want to brainstorm some ideas. But at the end, everything you have to do on your own. You have to bring about like you have to bring your own research idea. You have to think what sort of work has been done already, and stuff like that. So they want to see that independentness in you. So the main thing which they obviously cater with in their statement of purpose is of course academics and that independent thinking. So when I was telling you like how have I shifted from like management and mathematics and then I mean machine learning, so these are the it should be like a golden thread. You talk about your past, you talk about your present, that okay, I have done these kind of things which led me to do the things that I'm doing right now, and then these are the things that I'm currently doing, the present stuff will lead me to do the things which I want to do in the future. So these, and then let like okay, I have like an amazing CGPA 9.7 whatever, but they still ask me in my final year I need to have a 9.5 CGPA out of 10. And in I mean we have 8 courses in total in 2 semesters, so the um, uh, grade point falls by 0.25, so it's very difficult still. Given already have this much high, they're still asking more from me. So UK in general is very, very particular about how well you do in your academics because it's a 1 year program. They want to see whether you're able to handle that pressure. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Nothing else. I didn't do any internship as well, like um, a corporate internship to say. Of course, there are research internships, uh, but they didn't really matter to them because it's more of, as I said, it's more of a research institute. They want to see how well you are able to do research, how well you are able to think independently, what sort of LORs you have received from your professors. So that's very important. You have, and that's why I was telling, listen to your professors, let them know that you are there, so that if let's say you have this opportunity, so they write you a good letter of recommendation. So um,
Thank you, sir. Actually, I am from EC, Electronics and Communication Engineering,
right,
with a minor in AIML. I am currently in third year, so
yeah.
I'm trying to pursue my masters there. So
Hmm.
that was a very good insight for us and anyone who is trying to do masters and how to do their research work. So thank you, sir, again.
No worries,
Um,
no worries. Any more questions?
yes, somebody asked, told me to ask. Actually, he was not present in the meeting. He was
Fine.
traveling. So,
Okay, Ayush, I want to ask something.
Right.
आपने अंडरग्रेड में मास्टर्स ऑनर्स किया है,
Name.
राइट?
Mathematics honors, yes.
मैथमेटिक्स ऑनर्स, हाँ मैथ्स ऑनर्स.
Yeah.
तो मैथमेटिक्स ऑनर्स किया है एंड यू चेंज इन लाइक मास्टर्स में आपने स्टैटिस्टिक्स परस्यू किया.
Right.
सो हाउ डिड दैट बैकग्राउंड चेंज इनटू द सब्जेक्ट कोर्स?
Okay. See, I was thinking of doing like a machine learning and a stat C course because I have seen and I felt like in my mathematics program, I it was like purely it was pure, sorry, yeah, it was pure. Like I was studying abstract topics and definitely very interesting, but unfortunately not very useful in like corporate or uh, if you want to work. So then saw like the stats program in my like in my undergraduate college. That seemed very relevant in terms of like people going into consulting or like analysts and um, uh, various fields. So I thought, okay, stats might be helpful because, of course, you can study about, let's say, time series, you can study financial time series, then you can do lots of things. Like it's very, very beneficial. Like hypothesis testing is like used literally everywhere. So that was one, like, reason or like the idea that I had, like, why should I, shift from maths to a stats program? And secondly, statistics and mathematics is like the way how we study machine learning. Everything is governed by that. So if you are doing, let's say, PCA, principal component analysis, you're talking about, of course, mathematics, like you take projections of the vectors, eigenvectors, eigenvalues, linear algebra comes into play. And then you see how much amount of variance is being provided by different whatever stuff we get. So that's where some statistics gets involved. So that's something which I thought, okay. And then I saw Imperial offered like a statistics program. So this program is like in the first term you study very core statistical topics like sampling and stuff, inference. And in the second term, you have this opportunity to do specialization. So I chose data science to be my specialization. You can do finance, you can do biostatistics, you can do applied statistics, and there was one theoretical. So I thought, okay, this is a very nice combination of some, mathematical concepts via the statistical, because at the end, stats is also maths only. And then I have this opportunity to do uh, like machine learning and from a mathematical point of view as well as a statistical point of view from a very nice university. And I have a, of course, this thing of, I have a degree under data science now, so that's also very beneficial. So I guess I've answered your question.
Yes, you did. Any more questions, guys?
Yes, hi. Hello, I have a question.
Sure.
So, sir, you mentioned that you have pursued, you have done many research works during your time
Yes.
as your in your masters. So, how did you find the right opportunities that actually excited you and were actually helpful in building your portfolio?
Okay. So I feel it's like you just experiment, like when I started during my undergraduate, I mentioned like this that the course that I did was from Coursera. So I saw, okay, this is very exciting. I can even give you like a previous example. I initially was interested in economics when I was like in my 11th, 12th, because I saw you are talking about, marginal curves, then there are derivatives getting involved. So I thought, oh, that's very interesting. It's very practical that I can see calculus being used in a very practical way, that we are involving profits and losses, and then estimating. I don't exactly remember now, but something. So that excited me. That practicality and that theoreticalness had a very nice blend. But then later I saw like, okay, if this course is there, then I thought, okay, let me do some courses, figure out what's behind the black box that we have, what's going on exactly. And I saw, uh, as I told, mathematics being involved in, let's say, when you're doing image class or like computer vision or something, matrices or pixel values are being involved, and then we apply some mathematical techniques. So this is also a very nice mix of practicality and theoreticalness. So, and then later on I did that research project. That was also an experiment. I no idea. The data set was like, it was like an electronics type of, I don't know if it's the correct word to say, but the data set was, it was power signal disturbances, and I had some classes of sags, swells, harmonics, voltage. Literally no idea what is that, still don't know. But it was just an experiment at the end, like, okay, I have this data set, I can do some pre-processing, whatever I've studied and read on different courses. uh, do some model building, see which type of model works better, and then it went well. Later on, then during my masters, I so there, in the courses we had lots and lots of projects. So in deep learning, we had one of our very very complicated projects wherein we had to read different research papers, find a loss function that is useful for face recognition. So we had tons and tons of images. We had to do a lot of pre-processing. So, and lastly, of course, about my master's. So my master's thesis, I will be very brief. It's a bit complicated, but uh, it's like a work right at the intersection of deep learning and pure mathematics. So I knew what was deep learning. I knew what was mathematics. So, these kind of experiments helped me bridge the gap between the two. So led a lot of research papers, of course, brainstorm with my supervisor, and saw, okay, there's this thing which hasn't been experimented or been seen, or maybe I can do this. So it's just a result of experimentation, um, seeing, in action what sort of things might work, what sort of things might not work. Of course, initially, I didn't just come up with this idea, whatever I did with my thesis. It had a lot of edits, lot of rethinking, and like we had a poster presentation before the final work that we did. My poster was totally different from what I've done now. So it's just, I'll just like to end it. There will be, it's just experimentation. Nothing, I don't have any book wherein it's written, okay, try this out or try that out. It's just about, uh, of course, try to be insightful, try to read a lot of things. Might help you, might not help you. It's fine. Um, and yeah, that's it. I hope I've answered. If you have any, other questions, you
Um,
can.
Yeah, thank you. That was a good answer, but I have a follow-up question, sort of. So, when a student joins some kind of, as a research assistant,
Mhm.
so what is the exact type of work they are expected to do? Like, apart from the experimentation, what is the
Yeah.
other stuff we're supposed to
I
do?
feel as a research assistant, you are there to, for, of course, assist your, professor, supervisor that is there. So, they would like what their expectations will be. Just read research papers, read them diligently. Just, don't, okay, this is the abstract, I just understood it. Go deep into it. See, this is very beneficial. See whatever written is written in the future works. That's just like this thing they haven't done, but that is what they are thinking about. Okay, this can be done. And just communicate these ideas with them, because at the end, professors are part of research groups, right? So these research groups will be benefited of having RAs, because they might push the boundaries of research by bringing different papers, bringing in, doing literature review, to say that this is the core ideology of this research group, whatever the field or topic is. And we have to read lots and lots of research papers, find about bit more of what has been done, what is being updated constantly. Is there something which the research group has been working on but it already has been published? That's a bit sad, of course, but very important, very important. And being constantly aware, that's the thing that of because it's an experience for you as well, that if you are interested in doing a PhD, that is exactly what you do there. You just read lots and lots of research papers, because in my master's thesis, it was like a they expected us to think as a first year PhD student. PhD is very long. It's like 4 or 5 years. You publish a lot of papers, and then you accumulate whatever you have done in your dissertation. But what they expect you is to be constantly aware of how the field is constantly evolving. Is there something new that could be done? uh, to give you an analogy, it's like you have a bubble of knowledge and you are at the boundary, that's the master's. You pinch it a bit and you try to escape it, that's PhD. So, yeah, but a one liner, if I want to say, is just read lots of papers. It could be conference papers, journals, or even your own supervisor's papers. That's very, of course, they will be very happy. And yeah, just contribute on whatever they are working on, brainstorm some ideas with them, whatever they think, learn from them. And that's pretty much it.
Okay, yeah, thank you. That was a very satisfying answer.
That's good. Okay, Suraj has raised his hand. Hello. Absolutely, for sure. So, of course, firstly, of course, there is a lot of things that can go wrong when you are living in a city alone, slightly, and of course, a foreign city. So, first thing is, some people sometimes feel a bit shy to, let's say they are at some class and the professor is teaching. We have some question, but we might feel this is something which even happens in, like in India as well, like colleges. But it seems a bit more difficult because because for me, let's say in my program there were around 57, 58 students, no Indian. Yeah, either 50% were Asian, like Japanese, Chinese, maybe some Southeast Asian as well, and remaining were like European. I was the only Indian there, but of course that's not something which should limit you, because they're also humans. It's not something different. But of course, it becomes a bit difficult to break that barrier to start a conversation. and just talk about. But I feel the conversation starter is why of such kind of things to happen there. And I'm just like thinking of what else can be there. Um, I mean, of course, there's this financial obligation as well. It's of course very expensive, firstly, to live there, eat there. So, and one thing as well, which it just clicked my mind, there are no holidays, no festival holidays. It's just Christmas or New Year. That's it. No Diwali, Holi, something. So that's a bit sad, but I can't do much about it. Um, And I feel when you're living alone, especially in a city where it's a bit far, so you literally have to do everything. You have to take care of self, you have to eat, you have to, very small things, do laundry on your own. Um, but I feel these kind of things are very important because it kind of shapes you. It gives you that personality that, okay, even if these kind of things I don't have this, luxury. I can do it on my own. So I feel these kind of experiences are very important. And about that financial obligation thing, definitely it becomes very difficult because very expensive fees, then very expensive food, then rent. So of course, though the people who are, like lucky who have their parents to support them, that's amazing, very well. But I will say it's not impossible, even if, let's say, financial background is not very uh, well suited for that. Because then you can, think about taking scholarships. I can even talk about scholarships. But UK is a bit known to not give scholarships. So that's a bit sad side because there are you know very less opportunities of uh, academic scholarships being provided, and the sort of scholarships like Indian trusts have formed, like I think there's something called GN Tata endowment or something, I don't exactly remember. But that is like a loan scholarship that you get the money and then you have to return it. So I feel this should not be called a scholarship. But anyways, so these kind of things are there that you can explore the options. But yes, this problem of being mindful of your expenses is very important. One funny thing that I will share is that I don't know if you know, but in winters during this time, it gets dark by 2:30 in the afternoon there. So let's say the time here in India is 8 or 9, like and it's very dark. It's the same at same there at I think 2:33 p.m. So we are going in class at 2. It's like bit sunny. We are coming out of the class at 4. It's dark. So that is something, and we started in September, end of September. So I was like, what the hell's going on? Like, why there's no sun? You don't see the sun for 10 days. It's just gray skies. So that's something a bit frustrating for sure. And But if someone likes gray skies or gloomy weather, personally, I don't. But if that's okay, then that's not a problem. So That's and yeah, that's one thing. And what else? I mean, for food, for sure, that's one problem for vegetarians. Becomes a bit difficult to find options, but college provides a lot of vegetarian options as well, and it's very clean, hygienic. Um Maybe not very flavorful for sure because of British uh, flavors, but at least something is there. So yeah, that's what I'm able to think about. Yeah, no worries, for sure. Okay. I mean, I've kind of answered that. It's because, as I mentioned, in the UK, they are very keen on seeing whether you're able to do that independent research work, especially in like universities like University of Cambridge, Oxford, Imperial, LSE, UCL. These kind of colleges, they're like the top. They want you to do that research because, of course, there's this option, like there's a compulsory part of the program that you have to do a thesis is like in these masters, STEM masters. So for sure, these kind of research internships are very important. I mean, it's not something that it is like very necessary that you have to do it. You can't make it if you don't. That's absolutely not the case. But it's obviously good to have because what else are you going to talk about academically apart from grades or projects? These are the things which will set you apart. Not everyone has, these sorts of research internships or even like cherry on cake projects which get published in like book or whatever, or like published in the conference. So it definitely immensely boosts your application that this guy knows the stuff that he's talking about, he has gone through, and then he will be able to do. Because in my master's thesis as well, I was so the thesis that I was, we had been given like a thesis theme, then we have to bring our own question, what do you want to do? But that theme was allotted to me, of course, like I gave a preference to it, but also that preference was given to me because of my profile that was there. That like my profile was in mathematics, then I had machine learning stuff, and that theme was around differential geometry and a bit deep learning and stuff. Hence I was allotted. So of course they will also see what sort of an application you made earlier to kind of match you with your supervisor. So for sure it's very, very beneficial.
Yeah, hi, Vastavi here from Sri Venkateswara College. So, how did you manage stress and maintain motivation when there was academic pressure, along with balancing ECA commitments like college societies and everything?
Okay. To be frank, I was never a part of college societies. I tried. I was the part of the mathematics society of our college, the Department of Mathematics. But then I left it after first year. Though I made my own, that's one thing. I just like Ninja Junction. I had I'll say a LinkedIn page where I posted with I think five or six people mathematical topics around machine learning or some tricks and stuff. And that was like a hobby. But to handle that pressure, motivation, I personally think that for sure there were times wherein it becomes a bit stressful when you're studying very theoretical concepts. I remember we had a paper called metric spaces. In one of the chapters they had 100 theorems, close to 100 theorems, and it wasn't like that these were individual theorems that you have to understand. There were theorems based on theorems. So it was insane, I'll say. But just to keep yourself motivated, I will say that of course don't follow this. This is something that worked with me. But like someone, whenever someone asks me how much how many hours I used to study, I say I always say that it's dynamic. It could be 2 hours, it could be 1 hour, it could be none, it could be 5 hours. It's something that, okay, I'm in the groove. I can do it. I'll just take that time. I just study when I want to. I don't force myself to do it. But okay, when there are exams, you have to force yourself to do it. You can't just be like, okay, just leave it. I won't study. It's fine. When there are commitments, for sure, your mind, of course, says to you that no, Ayush, let's get this straight. You have to get, like, at this stage, this is what you're thinking of. This is what you are trying for. And uh, I don't know if you guys have heard people say like manifestation is very important. I say that if you're manifesting for something, manifest for the thing that whatever you're doing to reach it is correct. That's the manifestation principle everyone should use. That, okay, I'm studying every day this topic, and whatever am I doing, I'm now doing. Let's say I'm preparing for an entrance exam. I'm studying QA. I'm studying logical reasoning. Then I'm doing some mock. Then I found that, okay, these are the mistakes that I made. So you have to feel good about and stay optimistic about whatever I'm doing is correct. It's not wrong. For sure, maybe if there's something that you believe, okay, maybe I can tweak a bit, go ahead, experiment. And of course, don't worry about the result. It's fine. Whatever happens, happens. It's perfectly okay. Funny thing, during my school in like seventh and eighth, I used to hate maths. Never liked maths. Those problems of corporate, compound interest, or I don't remember now what sort of questions, racial proportional stuff. I don't know. Didn't really like it. And I used to study topics like trigonometry or bit differential calculus of course, because of my brother. So I'll say one more thing for that motivation thing: have a mentor, have someone around you. It could be a mother as well. Like, if I'm thinking about whatever I want to do with my thesis, I'll just call her up. I'll tell her this. Then it's like, of course, you can talk to yourself as well in your mirror. People might think that you're crazy, but it's fine. But I'll say these kind of things are very important to have someone to talk to about. Maybe they don't understand, it's fine. You're just there to get that thing out of your brain and then think about, okay, I've told this, maybe I can do it the other way. And of course, that manifestation thing. And honestly, these are the things that I used to do. Play sports. I used to play basketball in Venki. We have a court there, you must know. Do something. That's the best. Maybe go for a walk, clear your mind. These are the things, honestly. Of course, Delhi is not very nice right now, but okay, these environmental factors are also there. But listen to music, best therapy, honestly. So yeah, I feel very basic stuff which can be done to keep yourself motivated.
All right, thank you so much.
No worries. Okay, Dave has a question now.
So there is a thing like मेरा unlike most of them मेरा एकदम ही tech tech background है नहीं मैं usually like I'm from a bio background. My father is a doctor, like was a doctor. He's right now can't work for some reason. I have some financial problems. बट मेरा सीन ये है कि मेरे को थोड़ा बायोटेक में करना है रिसर्च मोस्ट पार्ट ऑफ दैट इधर बायोटेक वर्क इन समथिंग सो आई नीड टेक पार्ट आल्सो
Right.
सो फॉर समवन लाइक मी हाउ डू यू जिसका बिल्कुल ही बैकग्राउंड बायोटेक में है नहीं हाउ डू यू टेल मी टू स्टार्ट इन टेक लाइक मेरे को थोड़ा दिक्कत आ रहा है काफी कि वे डू आई स्टार्ट हाउ डू आई लर्न बिकॉज ना मेरे मम्मी पापा में किसी का कोई बैकग्राउंड है ना ही लाइक मेरे पास कोई मेंटर वगैरह है जो मुझे हेल्प कर सके मोस्ट ऑफ द फ्रेंड्स आर ईदर फ्रॉम बिजनेस और फ्रॉम बायो
Okay. I mean, I'll say it's just about, because okay, I was also from mathematics and commerce, no tech background as such. I just started because I feel people also think about where should I start, what should I do. I feel whatever, let's say, to give an analogy, you have three sets of books, which is helping you for your entrance. You think, okay, maybe this book is that good for that. This book is good for that. Book is good for that. Where should I start? A panic and all. I think just pick anything. Pick anything. It's fine. As I told you, experiment. It's fine.
Okay.
Don't much worry about. Yeah. And about that tech stuff of not having a mentor, it's fine. I also never had a mentor, honestly. Of course, for sure, I have my brother there, but apart from, also I can't nag him all the time, you know. So during that time, just go on LinkedIn, see what sort of biotech people are there, what are they doing. Maybe connect with them or talk to them, discuss with them if they are willing to do that. Of course, not everyone is. And or if you're not able to talk to them, see their profile if they have maintained it well, where they started, what they exactly did, and just mirror them for that time. That okay, they did this course. I also did that. I saw like my seniors in Sukhdev when I was there in business. They did some courses on, let's say, Excel or financial modeling. So I thought I can also do it, and it was there. So, so just find stuff to do and just do whatever you have on your hand.
Okay, thank you. And one last thing, I don't think it's kind of related, but the thing is, along with my academics, I have to like maintain my finances with me and my family also. Because as I said, I have some problem. Like my father can work, and he was the sole of breadwinner from both. Like so, as for now, अभी तो चलो ठीक चल रहा है थोड़ा, लेकिन अभी करंटली मुझे थोड़ा बहुत अपना देखना पड़ेगा फाइनेंशियली, बिकॉज मैं घर पे डिपेंड नहीं रह सकता.
Right.
So if you have any ideas, how do I maintain all of it, like academics, my further interest, and like thoda ये finding? If you have any idea, if not, it's not okay. I'm still figuring it out. Cause
Right.
ये भी मेरे लिए अचानक से हुआ, थोड़ा कंडीशन रिस्की हो गई थी.
Okay.
मेरे
Really,
एकेडमिक्स भी इसके चक्कर में काफी गिरे हैं. नंबर सीजीपी सब गिरी पड़ी.
I understand. Really sorry to hear that. I hope things get well soon. And about that, see, of course, it's very difficult to manage everything. And you also can't put all your eggs in one basket. You have to, diversify. So, I mean, l- I say you don't, of course, like when you're doing, I say in BTech programs, I don't know, of course, you're not from a BTech background, you're doing biotechnology, I think.
Biochemistry right now, but I'm planning masters on biotech because Delhi
I,
University में थी
I
नहीं honestly.
I actually have a friend who is doing a biotechnology master's from JNU. I can connect you with him.
So
I
it will be very helpful. Thank
No
you.
worries. I'll share Arav his contact. I mean, and then you can talk to him directly.
Okay.
I'll let him know as well. Rest, about that financial thingy, I was saying you don't have to, get 10 on 10, of course, in your academics, because you have to put in your time somewhere else as well.
Yeah.
It's more than good to, this is what I say for BTech programs, like from, let's say, IITs and everything. Of course, obviously try for 10 on 10. It's like you try for 10 on 10 and then you get 9.6, let's say 9.5. If you try it for 9.5 only, then you'll get 9. So there's like a threshold, like, okay, if you have, above 8.5, 8.6, you're fine. Won't really much matter. Even if, let's say, in my masters, let's say I score 70% and someone has 78%, or let's say even 85%, we are still in the same class of distinction, because at the end that's what they will, others or employers will see, like, okay, I have this distinction. They don't, if they won't ask, fair enough. If they don't ask, doesn't really matter. So I feel that, of course, try for, of course, getting 10 on 10 CGPA or 9.7 or whatever. But if you have this obligation as well, which you have to work, then you don't have to, worry about, oh, I have just 8.6. Wish I would have 9.5. You can do it. You can do it. Just, So it's fine. It's okay. I will say that's pretty much I could speak about, not worrying about, or always constantly thinking I don't have that, I don't have that. Whatever you have, it's fine. Of course, try your time and efforts on something that you are feeling that is more important.
ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच सनी। बिकॉज बीच में अभी कॉल ये 1 साल हो रखा जब से स्टार्ट हुआ, सो तब से तो मेरे मार्क्स तो आपको मैं क्या बताऊं, 6 7 से ऊपर जा नहीं रही CGPA। सो दैट्स व्हाई मैं काफी परेशान था कि क्या चल रहा है, क्यों चल रहा है, कैसे करूंगा।
Perfectly okay. I know people who have 5 GPA and they are working well, uh, working at good companies and enjoying, so it's fine. Grades are not the only thing that define you. uh, but of course, do try if you have the opportunity to get good and good grades. It won't have any problem as such.
या थैंक यू, आई एम स्टिल ट्राइंग बाय द वे, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
All the very best.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
Samvita has a question.
Yeah, so I had another question. So, sir, when did you think of doing masters? So, like, when did that idea come to you? And then, how did you start building a portfolio in the right direction?
So I already had the idea of doing a master's when I started my bachelor's. I don't know, it just came because honestly, this is what I haven't told here. It's a funny thing. Uh, Before getting into like the management degree, I was initially enrolled in Hansraj Maths Honors during the cutoffs phase in 2020. Um, I was like, okay, I thought that I wanted to do maths, seems exciting. Getting Hansraj as well, North Campus College. But then the results of that entrance, so that time we had UJAT, it's not there anymore, of course. Um, I got into Sukhdev and I thought, okay, mathematics, fair enough, is very exciting, but I want to, work after my bachelor's. I had that initial idea. So I shifted to Sukhdev. But then I saw no. I already had that, insect in my mind that I want to do mathematics because I was there. And during that phase, and I was there at Hansraj. Of course, I hadn't gone there because it was still in my cutoff phase. Um, I saw there was a very nice course on in masters in LSE, and that was an economics program. And in my 11th and 12th, I was interested in economics. So I was like, okay, economics from 11th, 12th, mathematics from my undergraduate, and I'll be through. I'll do a very nice program in from LSE, and that particular insight was still there when I shifted to Venki. That I just want to, study mathematics, learn about machine learning, and and that's and as you were saying, like how when I start how I started building my portfolio. Given I already had that idea and plant in my mind that I want to do that masters. Of course, I didn't know, like I funny thing, I didn't even know there was some college called Imperial. In fact, I visited London in 2018 as a family trip, and I was behind Imperial. Didn't really know there's a college there where I would go in, I guess, 6 years, but it's like a full circle moment. But about that portfolio thing, I was constantly like, when I started, I was like, okay, let's pick machine learning as one of my electives. So we had been given that. Let's do some courses. Maybe talk to some people who are doing a master's. How are they finding it? And then just start shortlisting colleges. That's not as like very strategic planning that I have like a to-do list. I'm crossing everything off. So it was like a very of course, a lot of like edits okay, do I want to add my Sukhdev College there because that might seem that he has a gap in his resume or experience. But I capitalized that of opportunity because I told I was from a management degree, commerce degree, didn't study mathematics for a year, and then I came in a batch full group of like a group of students all from science. I think there were four or five more people in commerce, and I still was first in my degree. So these are the things, a lot of negative things can be shown as positive as well. So that's one more thing that I can add. And yeah, I think that's the only thing that I can think of.
Okay, yeah, thank you. That gives a lot of better perspective.
Okay, I have a question. So, as we were talking about the research projects, and like we also being in Ninja Junction, we also do research projects. So we really need like uh, a person who can guide us, like a backbone behind us. So, can you really guide us for that if we want you in the future?
I can't commit to anything honestly because I'm currently working on my thesis as well. So my supervisor was really interested in, working to uh, make it a publication as well because everyone was very excited with the work being done. And apart from that, I will have my job obligation as well. So I don't know if I will be able to make time for it. But of course, if you have any interesting projects that I can help you with, you can always reach out to me. I will try my best. That's what I can say.
Also, do you think is there something which which is related to we can work on which is very needed in the society?
Okay. Yeah, I think I started with this thing only that you there's this agentic AI which is going on right now. Every business would want to have their business processes being automated using lots of agents. So I feel it is very nice if people study about, let's say, reinforcement learning and LLMs, because these are the things which are kind of shaping our, as you said, society right now. These are the things which are, blowing up. Everyone wants this particular skill set for people to have. Of course, if you want to get into like data science roles, that is where this will be helpful. But apart from that, I don't really know much about, let's say, like software engineering or stuff. But if it is like very core data science and machine learning, there are like two stratas right now. Either you have experience in the industry that you are working with. So if you are, let's say, working in a pharmaceutical industry, so it's good to have that experience. Machine learning is just a tool, it's just a skill set. Uh, and if you are working in, let's say, startups or like there are a lot of job openings that I have been seeing are majorly keen on people knowing tools like LangChain, LangGraph, RAG. These are the things which are very, very beneficial and will go a long way currently. That's what I will say.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, sir. Is there anyone left with questions? Anyone here?
Dave has raised.
So one last question, I understand you told me to read and start just but how do you keep up to date with कोई नया something new came up in technological or data science world, something like that tech world. How do you update yourself now? Just you get to know something, cause मुझे randomly पता चलता है या through आरब या फिर मैं कहीं से पता read करता हूँ थोड़ा बहुत. But
Right.
how do you always been up to date?
Right. I mean, I will say I'm also not always up to date, but the best thing, of course, is following. using LinkedIn widely. I love LinkedIn. Uh, you know, shape your algorithm in such a way that the posts that you're receiving, the ads also that you're receiving, is this machine learning or whatever you are interested in. So follow these kind of companies that are doing uh, like biotechnology stuff, or let's say you can even use Instagram. I follow like random mathematical pages if you want to see, and just discuss, talk to people that are around you. Maybe they know something, and I've like seen, but yeah, the main thing is what I personally use is LinkedIn. That connect with those kind of people who are masters or experts in their field. So I don't exactly remember the guy's name, but he is a PhD person, and he posts very intellectual and very interesting ideas behind uh, machine learning models, what all things that are going around. There's one more person. She talks about that intersection of machine learning and deep learning. Sorry, machine learning and differential geometry, like pure mathematics. So use LinkedIn very effectively by just following good pages. There's a page called Firma's Library. That's a very mathematical page. So I just read through. That's just for insightful facts. But to think about keep yourself updated what is going on. Just I think newspapers and all or magazines are a bit outdated now because I don't know if there's stuff like AI was written in those kind of things. So I personally use social media via YouTube, LinkedIn. That's the only thing.
ओके, थैंक यू। आई जस्ट वांट टू नो योर इनसाइट्स, बिकॉज़ मेरे मैं बात करता हूँ लोगों से इस चीज़ के लिए, लाइक एज़ फॉर नाउ आरव इज़ द सोल इन्फॉर्मेट फॉर दिस, बट आई विल ट्राई।
Absolutely, all the best.
Also, let me tell you, Dave, I think, I don't know, like if Ayush sir has mentioned or not. He is in, he was from our college only.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
was
yeah,
Shri Venkatesh.
from Sri Venkateswara College. So like from there, when actually like the story behind that was that I was pursuing some like project in Sri Vipra. Then I got to know by a professor, and then he told me that he is like he has a very commendable CGPA, and he is right now like pursuing his masters in statistics from Imperial College. Then I got to know, oh, he like this person is really something I can gain some knowledge from. So yeah, it's been 1 year, and I like very much thankful for that professor, and like and yeah, so it was
No
like that
worries.
only.
No worries, Aro.
Okay, so anyone has any other questions then, or else we can just conclude now. Okay, all right. Vanshika, I think we can conclude. So you can
Yes.
just uh, prepare for the vote of thanks.
Actually, Arav, I have a question for you. I'm sorry if I didn't hear the what you said correctly.
Yeah.
But how did you reach out to Ayush sir? Because I just feel a little nervous when I'm talking to someone. So, how did you manage to create such a connection?
All right, all right. So we were actually like I was forming a tech-based society, like when I was in my second year. So I talked to my professor about it because like जब हम society बनाते हैं तो like we need a convener for that. So and apparently I was in a research project with that professor. So he guided me that we can like. We can ask him to be in our advisory committee, and he can guide us in some in projects. So there I like talked to him directly. He gave me his number, and he told me about him. So then I got to know him. He also like I think joined the meeting when we were in the project. So yeah, from there like I like followed him on LinkedIn, and like I contacted him, I called him. So yeah, and here he is.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. But I also sent you a LinkedIn connection.
I'll just add one thing, like when how should you contact or connect with someone. I feel, and this is something that I've also been learning currently. Like, okay, maybe these are the things that I might have done wrong. Maybe these are the things that I've done correctly. So, firstly, don't be afraid. It's fine. Just put yourself there. Um, the least they can say is not reply. That's it. Or they can say I'm busy or something. But the most important thing is that you show that you value what they have done firstly, and what you have done as well. Let's say that I am cold calling some person who is working in a company, and I want to work in that company. So I'll find, like, and I've found a very nice role which is well suited for me. So I'll write a small text. Hi, thank you for connecting. I have done this. I've done this. Like, you have to just show them that I am beneficial to you. You should contact me back. So that's one thing. You just have to create value for them, and um and then of course you can have multiple follow-ups later on. Don't be shy. You have to be a bit shrewd in that case, that because you need to get your thing done at the end. Even when you're emailing supervisors to, let's say, do research internships or do corporate internships with people, you just have to show them value, that I have studied your research papers, or I have seen how the company works, and I can maybe benefit this way, or I can add on to your research that way. And then it's a smooth sailing then. But you just have to try, get your hands dirty, try talking to them, gain that experience, see what all things that you can refine when you're writing a text. It's easy.
All right. Anyone has any other questions? Okay. But if Vanshika, you can conclude now. I think we had many questions now.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ayush, for sharing your inspiring journey and practical tips with us today. Uh, your story is a great reminder that dedication and proper planning can open doors to incredible experiences. To everyone who joined us today, we hope you liked the insightful session with us and Ayush. Remember the spirit of Ninja Junction, and you can also follow us on our different social media platforms, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Arav, can you please present the screen for follow-ups? And thank you so much, Ayush, once again.
No worries. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I'm always happy to help out.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thanks.
so much.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
Guys, this is our follow page. You can follow us on social media for different events. You can take that from our LinkedIn page and also from the Instagram page. And with now, our session is completed. You all guys can leave the meeting. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, sir. And thank you, everyone.
Okay, guys. Hello.
Hello, Arav.
यार प्रेजेंटेशन लाइक किस बात की शो कराते हैं यार, बाहर के लोग तो सारे चले गए थे. हेलो. हाँ हाँ, अरे
Yeah.
आई वाज आस्किंग कि सेशन कैसा लगा, मतलब मजा आया.
It was great session, Arav.
अच्छा अच्छा. बाकी व्हाट आर द थिंग्स डू यू थिंक दैट वी कैन वी कुड हैव इम्प्रूव. वॉइस क्लियर नहीं है यार सूरज। हाँ। बाकी गाइस बता दो, लाइक अगर जब तक सूरज भी बोल रहा है